Welcome to the Ecological Forecasting Initiative, or EFI's, series on co-production in science and research. I am Sullivan-Wiley, a member of EFI's Translation and Actionable Science Working Group. This is the first video in a short series. In this video, I will provide a welcome, talk about why we are doing this series, who it's for, and an overview of what's to come. In case you are new to EFI, we are a grassroots network of people interested in solving the problem of predicting nature by improving models and forecasts of natural systems and the ways that they can help us make better decisions. This is because the value of forecasts hinges not only on their accuracy, it also hinges on how well they help decision makers in the face of pressing environmental challenges. Recognizing this, members of our working group have been working to advance forecasting's application to society, and one piece of that is co-production. Co-production emerged as a top priority for EFI members. You can find a link to the blog post related to how we identified these priorities in the description box below. Like many other fields of research, forecasts produced are meant to be used in decision-making. And like many other fields, we are increasingly recognizing the importance of co-production in achieving this. Some version of co-production, or of meaningful collaboration with end users, can help to ensure that forecasts are both useful and usable. Potential forecasts users could be anyone making decisions about how to manage, how to engage with, use, or interact with the environment. These could be Indigenous peoples with sovereign rights and responsibilities to their lands and waters. They could be natural resource and land managers and users, government staff, extension agents, epidemiologists interested in the spread of disease vectors, outdoor enthusiasts and recreators, agricultural producers, local community members, private landowners, or just the general public, really anyone. But engagement with forecast users does not always factor into the training that forecasters receive. So this series intends to provide an overview for forecast producers, forecast users, and anyone in between on what co-production can look like in science and research for forecasts. Back in 2021, EFI hosted a panel on co-production. The link to that is in the description below. And that panel shared important background and resources on the process of co-production. This tutorial series is a complement to that and is intended to be another way to meet the needs of EFI members, other earth scientists, as well as potential forecast users to provide insight into the who, what, when and where, why, and how of actually doing co-production. We interviewed various researchers with experience in engaged research as part of the forecast development process and drew insights from those interviews to pass along to you. Now, before we move on, I want to have a note on the term stakeholders. Now, we recognize many terms are commonly used to refer to partners, collaborators, end users, funders, knowledge holders, and others who may have an interest or a role in the co-production process. Stakeholders is a term that's often used, though in some contexts, this term can be associated with colonial practice and thus can be alienating and offensive to some, especially Indigenous peoples. It is important to distinguish between rights holders, such as Indigenous groups that may have sovereign rights and responsibilities over their lands and waters, that distinguish them from other stakeholders or interested parties that have an interest in the process but may not have the same right to involvement. We encourage anyone watching these videos and practicing co-production to carefully consider how rights, responsibilities, and interests differ among the many people who may be involved in the co-production process and to engage accordingly. There are some great resources about this topic that are linked below if you want to delve in deeper. In this series, we have 5 episodes that revolve around the why, the what, the who, the when, and the how of engaged research and co-production. We start with the why. Why engage with stakeholders? What are the benefits? Then progress to what is co-production, and what are its diverse forms and methods? Followed by the who should you collaborate with? Who are your end users? Then the when should you engage with stakeholders in terms of your project stage? And lastly, the how, which covers how this can work in practice, different techniques of stakeholder engagement, further elaborating on the types mentioned in the what video. These short videos are not comprehensive, and they are no replacement for in-depth training in facilitation, social science methods, or the ethics and practice of engaged research. But we hope that they provide an overview of things to consider and to help you decide if co-production might be an important approach for you to use. There are also resources linked in the videos that will hopefully also provide additional opportunities to delve deeper into the details. These recordings can be used as a series or as a standalone. You can watch them in whatever order you want and whatever ones seem most relevant to you. The interviews conducted are also not exhaustive, but they still come together as a diverse set of testimonies on co-production in practice. that we hope will be useful. They highlight lessons learned, methods abused across different disciplines, and different techniques under the broad heading of co-production to give you an idea of the kind of depth or the kind of breadth that these practices can entail. After watching these videos, we hope you feel more empowered to initiate, establish, support, and maintain meaningful relationships across boundaries in the pursuit of better science and research through co-production. These tutorials are one step in a larger and longer quest to bridge ecological forecasts into the decision-making process. It is a learning journey we are on together, to try, sometimes to fail, and always to learn and get better as we try again. And we are grateful to you, to all of you, the practitioners, the researchers, and activists who have made great strides in challenging parachute science and in championing the practice of co-production in its place. And with that, I would just say, feel free to reach out. We'll be updating the series, adding more content as it becomes available. So if there's a resource that you want to add, please just let us know. And subscribe if you want to receive alerts when we post something new. We will add links in the description on how to get involved in FE2 if you're interested. Thanks.